What up, my man of society? It is your host with the most, Shadow Log, back at you with another video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free. That is how you help my channel get into the algorithm. Highly appreciate if you go ahead and do that. Now, this video actually came out of nowhere. It wasn't even in the plans. Now, I know it's more appropriate for my other channel, right? But since I have a video coming out for that channel, I don't want to mess up the algorithm, right? So I decided to drop it here. Which was, what are my thoughts on the podcast that happened yesterday between Lucky, Hoodstocks, and Lefty Gunplay, right? I did tap in and was seeing it, right? But I wasn't gonna make a video about it, right? But everybody started hitting me up and asking me, and like I've always said, when it's between two individuals, I stay out of shit and shit like that, right? But my carnal, my actual carnal, he told me, hey man, you should drop a video on this. So I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll drop a video. So my thoughts on the Hoodstocks interview with Lefty Gunplay. What are my thoughts? Who do I feel like is in the right or wrong? Well, first of all, I'm going to go ahead and say the honest truth and what it is, bro. You know what I mean? Not going to sugarcoat it or nothing like that. I truly don't see what the big deal is or why everyone's making it a big deal. Or maybe because we're from the streets and we know. When homies hang out together and they drink and they're chilling, this happens a lot, bro, between homies. Somebody says something, people get offended, they start arguing, and then they get in a fight, and then they dust each other off and drink a beer. This is normal. Well, amongst homies, this is normal. You know what I mean? This is not something that's like out of the norm or something that's, rare that happens. Nah, this actually occurs a lot. Look, us homies were brought up to not let ourselves from nobody. Right? Meaning even from homies from your own neighborhood. You never let yourself get disrespected. If you feel disrespected, you take flight even if it's one of your homies. There is no Southside love here. There is no rules that you can, fight another homie or you'll get regulated. You know what I mean? There's nothing like that. Our get down's different from other establishments, right? So homies could take flight on each other, if they feel disrespected. Ain't no problem. It happens all the time. Like I said, bro, it's just normal, So this is not something that, like, oh, it's strange. This is something I'm already used to because this is what happens all the time when you're chilling with homies. You see this shit happen all the time. So it's nothing, like, different than what we're used to. But I get it. For other people, I guess, since they're not used to it or they don't know, I guess it's shocking for them, right? But that's just the get down right here. Like, homies... Right here, homies are just bred not to let themselves, and we're raised to be vicious, bro. You know what I mean? Right here, homies be catching fades with each other and all kinds of shit all the time, bro. I understand that in other organizations, they run their stuff differently, right? Where they can't do that kind of stuff. But down here, you feel offended, you take flight, I have gotten down with my homies. I've gotten down with my older homies. You know what I mean? You never let yourself, when somebody's like coming at you sideways, you don't let yourself. You know what I mean? You handle business. So this is not something that's strange, right? Out of the norm. You know what I mean? So it's not a big deal, right? Now, that's when we're talking about kicking it with the homies and everything like that. But now we're talking about a podcast, right? So, I support Lucky and, his channel and what he does, no disrespects to the homie and all that, you know what I mean? But when we're talking about a podcast and you conducting a podcast, and I get it, it's your podcast, you could do whatever you want, Simon, carnal. This is facts. And, probably, homie wants to run it, he's entitled to running however he chooses, right? But if we want to grow, right, because I do watch his content, right, and, he talks about making moves and growing and stuff like that. And, I applaud the homie. He came a long way, bro. He has accomplished a lot, right? He has a good head on his shoulders. He's intelligent, he has a good shit going on, right? But, when we're making moves, we also have to watch how we carry ourselves when it comes to the overall people, right? Because even though this is the norm for us, for the people, it's not normal, right? And some people, if they don't like it, they can kick rocks, right? But if you're looking to grow, right, and succeed and build yourself something, right, then sometimes we gotta just hold ourselves back with the drinking, you know what I mean, because he did apologize, right? He did apologize, but when people are intoxicated, right, and words are being said after that, even if you apologize, people are just gonna feel some type of way, and it's gonna be it's gonna be almost impossible to defuse the situation, right, when two people are intoxicated, right, because their sense of reason flies out the window. When you're intoxicated, that part of the brain shuts down. So you're not, when you're under the influence of something, your ration flies out the window, right? The thing that separates us from animals goes down the drain. Right, so it was going to be pretty hard to defuse the scenario, right? But he did apologize though, right? So he goes to show that he realized he made a mistake, whatever. And he took some type of way, right? And obviously lefty también, he's entitled to feel disrespected because he did come at him like that. So I understand both of these individuals, right? But like I just don't see the big deal in it, right? Like, okay, homies argue, or even if they fought, they shake hands after, they drink a beer, yeah estuvo. It's that easy, bro. It's no big deal, bro. Catch fade, and you go, you know what I mean? Like, it's really not that serious. You know what I'm saying? But some people, I guess, they take it, a certain way. But like I said, when it comes to podcasting and you're looking, to, pitch your brand to people, right? And look to bring guests, more guests to come, right? It's better to handle ourselves more professional, right? Because then, if not, there's going to be some people that are going to be like, I guess, intimidated to go on the show, right? Meaning bigger, important people. If one day, it could have happened, right? Maybe a Snoop Dogg, or I don't know, The Game, or Exhibit, or I don't know, bro. I'm just throwing names out there, but you get what I'm saying, right? To pitch your podcast to other people, to expand, right? Or I don't even know if Lucky is looking to expand, right? But I'm just saying, just, it's better. I mean, it's cool to drink, but, you gotta, pace ourselves también. But like I said, homie knows what he's doing. You know what I mean? He's a grown man, It's just some, word of advice. But like I said, bro, it's his channel. He could run it however he chooses. And it really isn't that much of a big deal. You know what I mean? This shit happens all the time amongst camaradas. Shit, when I'm chilling in the neighborhood with the homies, bro, this shit happens all the time, bro. Homies feel some type of way and they scuffle, and then bam. It's just that's the way the game goes, bro. I don't know why people are acting shocked that this shit happens, bro. This shit happens all the time. This is how homies roll. This is what we do. We're short-tempered, hot-heads, and we react with violence, bro. I mean, you know what I mean? It's not something... Now, it is important to know that the cameras are rolling, and this stuff should be behind the scenes. It shouldn't be in front of cameras, and, because, law enforcement could see it some type of way, or, you know what I mean? Or try to, come with some bullshit, right? Because of this, right? So it's better to keep everything off because you don't know what could have happened. Maybe stuff would have escalated, and the cameras are rolling, bro. So, because it was alive, so it's like, that was a little bit, like, because you don't know what might happen, right? And it's already like, you know what I mean? You don't want to go down that route, And I know I don't need to tell you that, right? Like, when cameras are rolling, we just don't. You know what I mean? Maybe, because then we end up shooting ourselves in the foot like that. Gotta be more trucha, you know what I mean? But like I said, I don't see it a big deal, but that's overall my point of view on the situation, and I don't feel like it was planned or nothing like that, because they were both intoxicated. It's going to be hard for them to stay on the script when they're intoxicated, right? So this was not scripted or fake. They were under the influence. How the fuck is it going to be fake? No one's acting that good. Shit. If not, the homie should get an Oscar. But I'm just saying, this is just my thoughts. It's not a big deal. It happens. That's just how the homies roll. Welcome to, But yeah, when we're talking about a professional level and stuff like that, then yes, this is a bad look, right? But when we're talking about in the sense of who we are and what we do, this is normal, right? But what do you guys think? Leave it in the comments of Shadow We Out.